as you can probably see, I am on a walk. I like to go on walks, as I've said before in previous videos, to clear my mind if I feel any sort of anxiety or depression episodes coming on. I usually like to get out, especially if it's nice out, get some fresh air, and be able to just think, pray. It just makes me feel a lot happier when I get back, especially with views like this. I know at the end of the day, not everyone can get views like this just walking 10 minutes from their house, but I'm very blessed and grateful to have such a beautiful hometown and be able to walk right by the water if I wanted to. With September and autumn coming up so fast, I want to soak in all of the great weather of summer before it leaves. There is still great weather in the fall time, but it just gets a little bit cooler and it gets darker out earlier, so I want to get out and enjoy the views and the beautiful weather while I can. Don't get me wrong, I love New England, and I appreciate the 4 seasons after living in Florida and California, but at the same time, New England weather can be very temperamental. One day, it's super nice and sunny out and it's warm, and the next minute, it could be blustering and we could have a nor'easter coming through. If you don't know what a nor'easter is, it's basically the Northeast's version of a blizzard or a hurricane. It's basically a natural disaster in our neck of the woods in the Northeast of the United States. It usually involves snow, it usually involves wind, it usually involves us basically just shutting ourselves into our homes, especially during the winter. It doesn't really happen any other time of the year, except maybe in like April or May when there's like a freak nor'easter coming through, but that's very rare. I have experienced snow in April and May, which is a little unheard of, but it's not something unheard of in Massachusetts. It's something that I don't like to experience, but sometimes it does happen because, like I was saying, Massachusetts and New England weather is very temperamental. I'm happy to take you along this walk because I need some company. One of the main reasons why I had started this YouTube channel is because I need a hobby. I do read a lot and I do work out, but apart from that, I don't do a lot else other than work as well. But I also just don't have a bunch of friends either. I do go to church, but I just don't have like a large group of friends. I have sprinkles of friends. I don't like to say that I have a large clique-based friend group, if that makes sense. Like, we don't all hang out with each other. I like individually hang out with certain people, if that makes sense, that I've just like picked up over the years. That's another reason why I started this YouTube channel, so that you can be my friend too. So if you ever feel alone in like not having a bunch of friends, or feeling like you're alone in life, or that you're behind, or you just don't know what to do, just know that you're not alone and that I'm in the same boat as you. And by the way, it's not that I don't want friends. Like, I want friends. I've always struggled with making friends. Like, ever since I was a kid, I always was like a lone wolf. I always did things independently. I always liked different types of interests and never had like one particular hobby that I stuck with. I did like everything and I was friends with everyone, if that makes sense. Like, I would go out of my way to sit with the kids that didn't have anyone else to sit with in the cafeteria during high school and middle school, and I was always that one to be friendly with them. And I think people saw that when I was in grade school as like, she doesn't belong in our clique, which is kind of sad because I never felt like I had a group of friends even from such a young age. And then now as an adult, it's even harder to make friends because you're like not in school anymore, and you don't all go to the same classes, you don't all participate in the same sport groups or theater programs or things of that nature. Even in college, like college, I knew everyone and everyone was friendly with me. Even though there was a lot to do on campus, I was still kind of a lone wolf. But at least there was like things for me to do, if that makes sense. Like I was a part of the student activities board, which like planned different activities for students to enjoy, like concerts and crafts and movie nights and things like that. But now as an adult, now that I'm out of grade school, out of college, it's so much harder that I realize to make friends. Like I really want to start like a book club, or maybe get involved with a running group, because running groups are a thing apparently, and I like to run. I just get intimidated by running groups because I feel like you have to be at a certain level of running to join them. Like I can probably run at most like a 10K, which is like 6 miles, but that's like pushing it. I'm more comfortable with like a 5K right now, which is like 3 miles. But I don't know, these running groups are so intimidating because I feel like all of these running groups are for like ultra marathoners, which if you know what an ultra marathon is, it's like those 100-mile races, those 50-mile races. It's like past even a marathon, and a marathon is 26 miles. I don't even know if I'll be able to run a marathon in my lifetime. One of my bucket list items is to run a marathon before I die. Obviously, I want to do it sooner rather than later while I'm still young and able to. But one day I do want to run a marathon at least once. It would be awesome if I could run the Boston Marathon because I am from Massachusetts. And also, the Boston Marathon is like world renowned for being one of the best marathons in the world. I do plan on signing up for some 5Ks this fall and winter because I did do 2 5Ks last year in the fall and winter time. I did like a turkey trot and also like a reindeer run, which was like last December. And I meant to sign up for like a 5-mile race or a 10K after that, but my back actually like just completely said no to me. My back has been an issue for me for like years and years. When I was in middle school, I actually broke 2 vertebrae in my back and I had to have a back brace, if you didn't know. So I have arthritis down there, and I'm pretty sure I have some bulging discs or something like that. All I know is it really hurts in my lower back region, so I have to go to a chiropractor every so often, or get massages done, or stretch continuously every single day. So I just want to feel good while running without having to feel like I'm beating myself up every time I do it. It does feel good afterwards, like the endorphins definitely help me mentally while I'm running, but like afterwards, after doing it for a few weeks or a few months, I definitely am feeling it physically, especially with my back. And by the way, before you come at me, I was cross-training. It wasn't just like I was straight up running, because I heard that if you don't cross-train, like go to the gym and lift weights and do strength training and things like that, that's what can cause injuries while running. And I was doing that. I was going to the gym, I was lifting weights, I was doing strength training, so I don't know why my back blew out like it did after I did those 2 5Ks last year. I definitely feel like I strengthened my core, and I don't know why my back did that to me. But anyways, all that to say, I want to probably join some like social group. Not so much for like the actual activity, but to meet friends. So either a book club or a running club would be fun. Again, to say this, know that you're not the only one that feels alone in things. I definitely struggle with making friends. I definitely struggle with feeling lonely. I am single. I'm not married. I don't have a boyfriend. And I also still live at home with my parents. And sometimes it really gets to me and I feel like really behind in life. And I feel like I'm missing out on something. But just know that like you're not alone. If you're seeing me on this camera right now, just know that I'm a testament to what you're also going through. Never feel bad for where God has you in life right now, because there's a reason for everything. It's either by your own decisions. Partially why I'm living home and partially why I'm in the situation that I'm in is because I've made stupid decisions with my life. But you know what? You learn from it. And then you don't make that same decision again. I'll probably go more in depth on that, but right now I just don't feel comfortable like blasting it out to the world right now. But for those who know me personally, this past year and a half has been like absolutely a nightmare. Like never in a million years would I have guessed what I've been through in the past year and a half has happened to me. It's just a miracle that I'm alive right now, because I've been in some pretty scary situations where my life was definitely on the line. So I'm just grateful and blessed to be here right now, being able to go on this walk and see beautiful things like flowers and the ocean. And I'm just super, super thankful and grateful to be here right now. Another thing that I've been learning is like when you feel behind in life or like you're missing out on something, number one, the social media posts that you're seeing online are just the highlight reels of other people's lives. You don't know what else is going on in their life. You don't know if their relationship with their boyfriend or their husband is actually in dire need of some help, or you don't know how high their credit card bills are, or if they're even making their payments on their car. So you just don't know. And B, what I've learned is maybe it's a red flag that you need to change something in your life. Do you need to go back to school to get a higher degree? Do you need to maybe switch up your job? Do you need to maybe put yourself out there and join a social group so that you can meet new friends? It's just maybe not a red flag, but maybe just like a signal for you to maybe switch up what you're doing. Maybe what you're doing right now isn't making you happy. So try to change a situation in your life that makes you unhappy and try to flip it so that it does make you happy, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna be 6 feet under one day. What we have right now is for us to enjoy the life that God has given us. So we need to do that. And in doing that, we have been dealt certain cards in life, some more than others. Obviously, I have very supportive parents, and I grew up pretty middle class. I didn't grow up rich by any means, but I also didn't grow up poor either. Some of us have been born into families where we either have a lot of money or don't have a lot of money, or we've been handed opportunities to do certain things in life, like career-wise or school-wise or socially-wise, and some of us haven't. And we just have to respond in a way that reflects what we want in life. And no matter where we are in life, we cannot play the victim mentality and say, poor me, poor this, poor that, because everyone at the end of the day has problems. I have not met a single human being except for Jesus Christ who hasn't had problems in their life. Everyone has shortcomings. Everyone has things that they struggle with. But it's how you deal with them. And that's like what I said before, I don't like the victim mentality. I grew up with 3 brothers. I'm the only girl. So it's always been my mentality and my philosophy is if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. That's with anything. If you want something bad enough, you'll go and get it no matter what it takes. I honestly don't know where this vlog is going. I just wanted to go on a walk and bring you along with me, and this is what it's turned into, is like a pep talk. If anything, this isn't a pep talk for you, it's a pep talk to me because it's things that I need to hear in my brain so that I don't feel so bad about myself and feel so behind and alone. Just know that if you feel the same way, I'm right there with ya. It's just funny that I didn't even have like anything specific that I wanted to say while on my walk, but this is what you get. Okay, one nice thing I'm gonna say about myself during this walk is that I love how I am able to persevere. No matter the situation, I am able to get through it. That's one thing that I admire about myself. Even though I make mistakes, even though I mess up and I fall, I still get back up. That's one thing I admire about myself and something that I respect about myself is that no matter what comes my way, I know I'm able to handle it and that I'm not going to give up even in hard times. I'm going to try to do that every day, is say one nice thing about myself, because I tend to be very negative and I tend to beat myself up over even little things. That's one thing I'm going to try to do every single day, is to say one nice thing about myself, because I tend to beat myself up even over the littlest things. That's something that I want you to do too. What's your favorite thing about yourself? And I want you to do that every day, where you say one nice thing to yourself, because this world is tough. This world is mean, and we could all use some positive vibes, if you will, in our lives. Do that with me. If you want to comment down below what your favorite thing is about yourself, do it, because I want to see what you admire about yourself, because it makes me happy. But I'm gonna head home now. Thank you for joining me on my TED Talk walk. I did not expect it to go this way, but things just come out of my mouth, and I say what I think, and I think what I say. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I hope to see you in my next video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment all the YouTube things that you know how to do, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!